In the last video, I mentioned that the new jargon that every politician is using is the rules-based order. Frankly, it's a bit weird seeing every politician basically repeating the exact same words. If they are saying the same words, then it follows that they are reading from the same script. But who is writing this script? And it's not just words. The other day, there was another attack by those stupid climate change people throwing soup at a painting. I have to say that I find those attacks deeply strange and unsettling. Not because of the attacks themselves, but because I just can't make any sense of them. They seem staged to me. If these people are worried about the weather, they could attack a factory, maybe an umbrella shop. But what art has got to do with it? Don't they realize they are just annoying people? Do they think anyone is going to be, oh, they threw soup at a painting and they are blocking me on my way to work? That's very nice of them. Of course not. Everyone is just going to hate them even more. And yet, this is the third recent attack on a work of art, and all these actions are very similar, even if they happened in different countries. Again, who is writing the script? Ever since the fake corona pandemic, we're witnessing something very strange, that countries all over the world are doing and saying basically the same things as in unison. In the case of a new emergency, you would expect one country to do one thing, maybe another to do a different thing. But no. Almost all countries did the same things that didn't work. The only one that was a bit different was Sweden, and I still don't know why they were allowed to do that. But it's not just words, it's concepts. One thing they do is change words of negative things into positive sounding things. For instance, sex change operations for minors. They call them gender-affirming care.
Do you think states should have a right to ban gender-affirming health care?
I don't think any state or anybody should have the right to do that.
But there's nothing affirming about it. Perhaps they should call it gender doubting or gender confusing. And then you have first the population and now the leaders of the West being replaced by foreigners.
Some mistakes were made.
That's another thing that is going on all over the West. There's lots of Indians now in power. In the US, there is Kamala Harris. Biden himself said that she's the real president.
And happy birthday, great president. We know your mom's always with you.
Canada, of course, is full of Indian politicians. And then you have Antonio Costa in Portugal and Leo Varadkar in Ireland, who are both half Indian. And of course, now you have Rishi Sunak in England, who is fully Indian. Why are they bringing in so many Indians? I think it's because they want to transform the West into a caste society. And Indians are already used to the caste system. Already more than 20 years ago, writer Lawrence Auster called England the Dead Island. But now it's just sad what is happening. I don't even know if England is still going to exist in 100 years.
I am sickened by the corruption, and it isn't until you start studying it that you begin to realize what's going on, because the papers are so much a part of it. They censor things. You realize that the British public is not hearing anything remotely like the truth.
I'm not sure what's going on in Britain. Or let me say this, I don't know what's going on in London, because London is no longer an English city, and that's how they got the Olympics. I mean, they said we're the most cosmopolitan city on earth, but it doesn't feel English. I had a Californian friend come over 2 months ago, walk down the King's Road and said to me, well, where are all the English people? And I mean, I love having different cultures around, but when the parent culture kind of dissipates, you're left thinking, well, what's going on?
I give you a toast, ladies and gentlemen. I give you a toast, ladies and gentlemen. May this fair land we love so well in dignity and freedom dwell. The worlds may change and go awry, while there is still one voice to cry. There'll always be an England, while there's a country lane. Wherever there's a cottage small beside a field of grain, there'll always be an England, while there's a busy street where a turning wheel, a million marching feet.